see me doing this, I haven't completely lost my mind. Today we're working on the big canvas. It is, oh shit, it is right off camera. There we go. If you are new here, we are a smoke and drink friendly art channel that talks about mental health, and we get a little unhinged here. Today we're working on this big old piece that I don't have a easel for, so I'm using a step stool, which is fun. Let me turn on some lights. Everything is kind of moved around. So, I may seem a little discombobulated. It's because I am discombobulated. All my shit is moved around. So, big ones are over here. Art easel with the stool and the shelves are over here instead of over here. Right. Yes. All my stuff is moved around. But all the, well, not all, but the art is put up. It's looking pretty good. Everything's kind of getting there moderately. Sort of, kind of. Sort of. There you go. A little bit better. How's everyone doing tonight? I don't have gloves, but we'll make it do. I don't really mind. I'm doing alright. I spent an earlier stream hanging all this up. So that was quite fun. Getting ready for that art sale. Yeah. I'm doing alright. Little anxious for the turnout. Like I said, I'm kind of doing promo for like a week. So, yeah, super fun. My next plan is to go and put it on Nextdoor and all that other stuff, and tell my immediate neighbors and stuff like that, and all the fun stuff. To be able to, like, hey, I'm having an art sale, so if you see random people walking around, that's why. And like also invite them to come and buy some shit if they want. You know, fun stuff. I mean, there's stuff for, I'll put the panel up, but there's, I appreciate it. There's things for $3. There's stuff for $200. There's stuff for $3. These magnets are $3. Yeah, like I said, there's flies in here, so if you see me doing this, I haven't completely lost my mind. 15. This little black and white sunflower. That's 10. Most of those 3x9s, I think they are, or 10. 10, 10, 10, 10. Yep, 10. These ones, this little one, the Art Industries, and like Rootless Orbit. Like these ones. $5. So there's plenty in the affordable range, and I didn't want it to be unaffordable. And I don't want my art to be unaffordable. I want my art to be completely affordable for everybody. You know, you have $1, buy a magnet. And I'm the type of person where I'm willing to barter. Like if you say like, hey, I really like this piece. I really like how the green matches my eyes, and how the storm reminds me of a storm that I witnessed when I was, 8 years old with my old man, and blah blah blah. And it really, and you tell me how my art makes you feel in a very personable way. Fucking fly. In a very personable way, I would probably give it to you for less money. Just because that's what I want my art to do. That's what I want my art to do. I want you to be able to look at my art and be like, wow, I feel that in my whole of being. Have it like, vibrate with you, or like you recognize it, so yeah, I would give my art away for less if that was the case for someone buying my art. There's the Blue Flame one is 45. Abstract Textures is like 100. I brought a lot of these prices quite down. Some of them I don't really want to get rid of, but I also need to, because I need to sell my artwork. That's kind of the whole shebang. So I kind of priced them up a little bit, just because I don't want to give them away for like $30, because I get so many compliments on them that I'm like, I don't want to find the right person for them. But yeah, other than that, Deer Mushroom is 100. Elemental Dissonance is 200. Cotton Candy Punk Rock is 60. Hiomerto Dead Sun is 75. And then When the Forest Breathes Smoke is 80. So there's a couple of high-priced ones, but, most of them are 50 and below, 45, 40, 55, $3 for the magnets each. The 5x7s are 10, 15, 15, 15, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 5, 5, 5, 25, 20, 20, 15, 20. All the smaller ones, like this one's 20. Technically, want to know something funny about this piece? Is why I'm very picky about doing commissions. Is I got commissioned to do this piece. Guess who ghosted me when it was finished? So that was cool. And so this, I was gonna get a little bit of money for doing this one, but now obviously not. So I'm just selling it for 20. Might as well just, you know, kind of get rid of it. The ones that I want to get rid of, I kind of priced lower than what I probably should have, but at this point, I don't care. There's ones behind this. This isn't gonna go here. This goes somewhere else. But you can see, like, everywhere is cluttered with art. I got ones leaning against the wall. I got ones on my tool shelf closet thing. Technically goes on that, but I just didn't want to have to climb on a ladder to get to the rest of the shelf, so I just have it as a half. Visions and Meltdown is 30, Slushy is 15, Royal Splash is 20, Where the Fire Sleeps, I think I did that one on a live. Well, it's 80. Headspace is 30, Cerebral Matter is 15, Dragon Scale is 15, Fractal Splash is 25. Yeah, just, you know, prices for everywhere. You know, one's on the wall. I still gotta hang a few, but I figured I would take a break for today. I appreciate that, for one. But I don't think art should be for billionaires. I mean, like, art should be for everyone. But I don't, let me turn on my air, I just realized my air conditioning is off. I turned it off earlier because I was cleaning and I was collecting dust and I don't want my air filter all gross. Because I had the garage door open anyway. I want my art to be affordable for everyone. Yes, there are pieces that I do that are very expensive, like this one. I don't disclose prices of commissioned pieces, but it's up there. $200 is fucking child's play. The helmet, I didn't charge for off immediately. Helmets are a new, medium for me. I'm quite new at helmets. I think that's like the third helmet that I've done. So I told him that when I ship it back to feel, and I know him personally, so it's not like, well, not personally, I know him, more or less. So I know that he's not just gonna, like, take it and run. But I told him that if he doesn't like it, you know, then don't pay me as much. But if it overblows his what he thought it was gonna look like, then, you know, do all of it, you know, throw it on Google reviews, you know, wear it. I'm waiting on a clear coat. Actually, when is that coming? I'm waiting on an automotive clear coat, for that helmet. Only because if he plans on wearing it, my clear coat for my canvases doesn't, apply with gasoline fumes, because obviously. But if I was doing, okay, Monday. If I was doing, helmet that is resistant to gasoline, just so that all of the hours of work that I put into that helmet isn't for naught. Because that would suck, because it's a gorgeous helmet. Do you guys want to see the helmet? It should be dry now. It's been about 72 hours. Yeah. I think it turned out great. I was worried a little bit, but I think it turned out fantastic. And so it just goes on. It's not my helmet, but just goes on. It's gonna be a little big because it's not my helmet. And then it goes down. So, and I didn't take the wrap off of this. I knew I was going to be painting, so it's not my helmet, so it's going to look a little ridiculous on me. But I think it turned out quite nice. I like the textures on it. I hope he likes it. So, that's what I did. That's the last stream, and then this is this stream. I got this commission piece to work on. And other than that, yeah, we're just kind of hanging out and chatting. They fixed my camera a little bit. If you're seasick, get away. Look away, rather. Yeah, I appreciate it. I was worried that the white left side sun, whatever it is, the white sun wouldn't look good, and then I put black around the border of it, and it really brought it together. It kind of, because it was blue and then white, and I was like, oh, it looks bad. And then somebody in my life suggested I put black kind of to tie it all in together, and I was like, maybe, and then I did, and what do you know? It looks great! So, yay, I'm glad. And like, I understand that when I paint something, I may not like the finished product. I have done paintings. I have done paintings that I did out of a very angry or mixed feeling place. And the person that bought those paintings saw it and was like, wow, that's beautiful. So I know that my art, I can look at it and be like, wow, I hate that. But the person that looks at it or buys it or whatever it is can be like, wow, that's amazing. So I mean, it really is like the artist is his biggest critic. Yeah, that's apt as fuck. Cause I mean, I don't hate all my work, but there's some finished pieces that I look at and I go, I could have done better. And I'm a big perfectionist that way. I look at my work and I'm like, I could have done that better. 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 Whatever it is, it is the way it is. You know. I know. I appreciate it. I really am my own biggest critic, so. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of paint today. I still didn't buy Thicket, so. That's this one. I think it's empty. But I do have other, apparently unlabeled, dark greens. I'm gonna grab and wherever my water jug is, do you see it? Oh, I see it. Is he in frame? No, he's not in frame. Let me put him in frame. Let me fix him up real quick. Hang on. So I will put little hints of where Bo the Blue Boo is at in the Discord. My plan is that he will have his own channel, whatever the fuck they call it. And it'll be like a little interactive thing with my friendly little ghost friend here. And he's not like hard to spot, it's just he's small. So you kind of have to look a little bit, that's all. It's like I Spot. I'm gonna throw some music on, so if you wanna throw me on mute and listen to some music as well. well, or hang out and chat and listen to me talk to myself as well as talk to the chat. Sometimes I talk as well. Feel free to. As always, feel free to ask me what I am listening to. I will let you know in the chat. Right now, I think I'm going to start with the Philip Glass Assembly, Pruitt, and the Prophecies. They did the sound for Dr. Manhattan, or the soundtrack for Dr. Manhattan. Like listening to something kind of calmer as I'm starting to set up. Right now I'm trying to just get the basic outline of it all. Oh, I have a lighter in my pocket. Trying to just get the basic shape of it all. And then after that I'll do detail. And I remember that the canvas had a hard time accepting paint, so that's why I'm just kind of throwing it on here. I might have to flip this canvas over. Excuse me, Bo. Just put them right here. I'm kidding. to the artist while he paints. Eh. Ah, damn. This canvas really doesn't want to accept paint. So you get like that way through and it just soaks it all up. Ah, damn. Really does just soak up paint. I've never had a canvas do this. Like just soak up paint like this? Yeah, no. Like, it's obnoxious. That's gonna be really, annoying over the course of this painting. This is a big painting too, so I'm gonna have to deal with that for like a good while. It's absurd! Oh, that's absurd. Well, I'll do it. Well, I mean, it's a commission. It's not like I can't just like throw it away, you know. It's just really annoying. I mean, she did want expressionism, surrealism, so I mean, it'll get there. Not even wetting it first? Really? Wow. Like I said, I'm just trying to get it covered in paint before I actually start painting it, because it's such a bitch to get paint on. Once there's paint on it, it shouldn't be that hard. You know? Because it just has set of brushes, I'll tell you what. Yeah, she's gonna owe me new brushes. At this point, I'm just trying to get it to spread out. Like, I am. Oh, hello, new viewers. I'm working on a commission piece, so feel free to hang out and chat and do whatever. If you want to know what song I'm listening to, feel free to ask, hey Eris, what are you listening to? And I will let you know in the chat. Or I'll let the chat know, rather. My canvas is being very rude today. It's not wanting to accept paint. The reason I do these streams is because with all the AI art out, who knows if art's really real, and yet I spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And you can go back onto my streams to see your painting or a painting getting painted. With all this AI art shit, yeah. So, it's like, oh Eris, why do you stream to only 2 people? It's like, because I want to show people where the art comes from instead of it being like, oh, you know, those shorts of like, watch me paint this, you know, $800 commission, and it's, you know, they put paint on a palette and do it here, and then in 15 seconds it's done. And it's not how that is. It takes hours and hours and hours, and people get pissy about prices, and it's like, well, like, you know, those small ones like Blue Midas, those small these small ones on the table, they don't take that long to do. That's why I'm giving them away, more or less. But it gives people the realization that art takes a while. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, art takes a hot minute, and so when people see shorts and be like, oh, well, I can paint that in, 20 minutes, and when it doesn't happen in 20 minutes, or when they're not very good at it, they give up. And I don't think people should give up. I got really close to giving up at one point. Like giving up, like throwing in the game, like good game everybody, and throwing it in. But I didn't. Because I stopped listening to what everybody was telling me what I should and should not do. And I just started doing it. Don't listen to negativity. It's one thing if, like, people have a differing opinion or something, then, maybe listen to their differing opinion. It might, ew, gross. It might open, it might, open your eyes a little bit, but by no means, if someone says, hey, your taste in music sucks, then don't listen to them. They're being dumb. Of course it's clogged. And broken, as one is. Some of my paints are so old that either A, they coagulate, or B, they don't make them under the same name anymore. So I got the same shades but under different names a lot of the time, which is really annoying, actually. This one's coagulated, which is really gross. Yeah, it's like it just soaks up paint, man. I'm about to do this in spray paint. Like, it's really pissed me off. I just don't have all the spray paint I need, so I'm kind of stuck just doing it like this. But it is going on better when paint is on the canvas, so that's at least a good bonus. I need my dark one. There it is. can still see it in my head, so I might not need a brush. Eh. hydrophobic. It's so weird. I hate this piece. Just for that, I'm gonna charge her extra. Like, it's getting there, it's just pissing me off at the same time. getting there. It's getting there, it's getting there, it's getting there. This canvas just sucks up paint. Like it's its job for $1 an hour. I'm gonna zone in to this music, so feel free to just hang out and watch. got him. I need to drink. Remember to drink water. Oh, my back. It's probably because my phone is on the pillow and not my ass. You whore. Focus. Come on now. Focus. There we go. It's looking pretty good. It's getting there. It's just the first layer. I'm about to throw on the face mask and clear coat that shit. At least gently. Just a light misting. So that all those spots that want to be an asshole, stop being an asshole. And we'll sit here and hang out and smoke for a minute. Oh, new viewers, you guys want to see the helmet that I did while we're taking a break on this? Check. There's that. Isn't that neat? This is a different commission, but catching y'all up to speed. I'm getting ready for an art sale. And I also have a new Discord where the community posts. There's general chat, there's art showcase where you can show your drawings. There's works in progress where you'll be able to see behind the scenes of things that I'm working on that I don't put on live. Me painting pictures, etc., etc. Ideas and inspiration, what brings my inspiration as well as what brings your inspiration. There's polls, there's a panel for you to ask me questions. Definitely check it out. The link is in the description below. And I'm also having, like I said, I'm having an art sale. So if you're in the area, definitely swing by and say hi. If you're a subscriber, I'll give you a free sticker. And you can write your name on the wall or on the garage door, wherever you want. Fun stuff. The idea is there. That's a good point. So, you know. Trying to think. There we go. Might need to get a thinner brush, but at the same time I don't want to get a thinner brush because it'll just take longer. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there, it's getting there, it's getting there. Did I put my purple away? No. It's getting there, for sure. See what I'm saying about a little over? Like, that horizon line is gonna be black, so I'm just getting, like, where my area is gonna be and trying to get paint on it, because apparently when paint's on it, it tends to work a little easier for me. So I'm just trying to get where I want things right now, and, like, the idea, because I can tell this is gonna have loads of fucking paint on it. easier that paint's going on once paint is actually like on there. That's why I'm just kind of throwing down the idea rather than sit here and try to paint the entire thing singular, piece by piece. Like a dummy, I put that blue away. You know, I realize I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts instead of like a paint shirt, like a dummy. But that's kind of the way of me. I tend to just do. I just realized that like an hour in. Surprisingly, I'm not covered in paint, but I guarantee you now that I realize it. Honestly, I'm not mad with it doing that with the sky because honestly, it's kind of making it really pretty. It is just eating paint. Smoke if you got 'em. Remember to drink water. If you see this one in the background, I kind of plan to do that with the sky, with the aurora. With the aurora borealis, I'm trying to figure out, besides gold, what color am I going to use? Because the horizon line is going to be purple, and then it's going to fade up this way towards the regular sky, and then the rest of that is going to be the aurora. So I'm trying to figure out purple, pink, teal, gold. Think so. Maybe like a streak of bright yellow. my shirt because I am very paranoid about getting paint all over my shirts. Like my nice shirts, my daily shirts, shirts that I don't paint in. We're gonna take a break, mainly because earbuds are starting to hurt my ears, and overall I just generally need a break. Hang out, chat. How are you guys doing? You guys hanging out? Hanging in there? Oh, it's been a minute. How's everyone? Chat. You alive? It's getting there. It's getting there, it's getting there. I am beat. I think this might actually be it. I don't know. I may call it. Just because, like, for one, I definitely need to buy more of all these grains. I don't usually track the prices of paint and shit, but I might have to with this piece, which is wild. Because I already gone through 2 tubes of paint because it's just soaking up so much paint. Where the fuck is my clear coat? I'm over here trying to look to see if I have my clear coat over there, and I'm just not seeing it, but I'm just not seeing it. It's over here. Totally. got a Charlie horse, right? Ooh, out of nowhere, too. So, if anybody's interested, I have Discord now. Link is in the description below to join the chat, to join the Discord. There's general chat where you're able to chat around and hang out with the local community. There's art showcase where you can show your art. Work in progress where you show things that you're working on. Inspiration. Behind the scenes where I can kind of talk about what I'm planning and stuff like that. There's polls, there's Ask Eris, there's questions that you can ask. You can type in questions that you have for me that I can either read aloud on live or I can answer right there on the Discord. So definitely go check that out. That would give a more interactive, since the Streamlabs chat is a little slow. It would be a more direct communication, and I would be able to chat here on live on my phone. So that would be really cool to do in the community, so you should definitely check that out. Other than that, see, live pops back up, or my chat pops back up. Other than that, I think I'm gonna call it tonight. I gotta buy more greens, and you know, purples, a lot more greens. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. If I had more shit to work on besides the event, I would paint longer, but I don't have anything to paint besides this, but I'm running out of greens. I'm empty on this one, and I'm empty on halfway empty on this one. Empty on this one, that's the one. So I'm empty on 3 greens because I know this one's empty. So these are my 3 main greens, and this piece just sucked them dry. There's a joke in there somewhere. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. It helps the algorithm. Yeah, other than that. I mean, I could just hang out and chat for a little while, but we're done painting. I need more greens. I mean, I'm down to sit here and chat. I mean, I'm not cutting the live or anything. It's not like that. I'm just saying I need more greens before I start painting again. So we're taking a break from painting. Why isn't Walmart open up 24 hours anymore? I think that's bullshit, because I used to be able to go get shit like paint at 10:39. I think it's just kind of dumb. Hey, 7-Eleven, start selling paint. I will team up with 7-Eleven to start selling paint, since 7-Eleven's open up 24/7, and I rarely sleep as it is. Like, when I'm not streaming, all I'm really doing is watching paint theory videos. Or not paint theory, color theory. You know, color theory. So like, when I'm not sitting here painting, it's not like I'm not doing anything. I don't just sit there and sleep. Oh yeah, late night is not after a certain time, you're up to no good. You're up to no good. And like there's very few people. There's people that like work nights, and there are people that are like just genuinely good, and they're up late. Like I don't cause any problems, and I'm gonna have my wife one of these days in the Discord to answer questions. She's not too big on camera to be behind camera, and I know that stops a lot of people from doing this. This whole, I mean, not like painting, but like, you know, being behind the camera and doing the whole thing. It's odd for me too. But I talk to myself anyway, so, you know, might as well just throw a camera on and catch it. But yeah, it is a very odd feeling to be behind the camera and to just like talk. Like, okay, well, we're going to add green now, and like, it seems relatively easy, but there's a lot of like bumper words or like in between words that people use a lot, such as like, but, etc., etc. So when you start doing the see, live streams and stuff, you tend to start paying attention to more of those in-between words that people use. And as someone that has to think before they say, because I stutter, those are the words that I use between the words that I have to say. So it gets a little annoying for me, but I am doing better as to not say all of the time. I'll use them still, like when I'm trying to think of more what to say, but I'm more, see, threw that out one on purpose. Aware of when I put them into my sentences. I stutter quite a bit. So I have to sit here and think of the words that I'm going to say before I say them, as if I'm reading from a teleprompter, but I guarantee you there's nothing back here. I mean, I can hold off the camera a little bit and show you guys that there is nothing back here. Sorry, I bet that felt weird. You know, I'm not reading a script. There's a lot of YouTubers, and I'm not bashing people that read a script. I'm not at all. There's been a few times where I talk about mental health subjects and stuff that I'm dealing with, where I will have Google Docs or notes on my screen to to be able to stay onto the subject without going on to branches, and you can ask my wife, I tend to go off of branches a little bit. So I don't read a script word for word, because I can't read aloud for shit. I read to myself really well, but I don't read aloud very well. But I'll have bullet points, or I'll have specific sentences where I can read and start off with that and then go off on that. But I don't really do scripts. And again, I'm not bashing anybody that uses scripts. Scripts are super helpful. But all I do is paint and talk about the painting. And maybe like what I'm feeling about mental health or what I'm dealing with, and trying to what's the word? Level with you guys, be personable. I deal with a lot of mental health, and I know that a lot of people my age and around their 20s, high 20s, I'm in my 30s, I'm 33. So, yeah, right? So I would like to be able to use my experiences and my struggles and stuff that I used to struggle with, or still struggle with, and use art as a medium for that. Everybody likes painting, more or less. Everybody likes Bob Ross. And I am the very reckless, very out of the box Bob Ross. I don't paint happy little trees. I smoke and drink on my channel. I mean, I'm 18 and over, 21 and over for the 18 and 21 over for the Discord. I use language that YouTube doesn't like, therefore me trying to find a different platform. I'm going to do probably Twitch and Odyssey, but I talk about subjects that YouTube doesn't like, such as SUICIDE. If I spelled that right, because I suck at spelling as well. This is why I'm an artist. But it's a lot of my paintings, like, is it up? No, it's right here. This one, I can't show the tag because it says the words. But this one goes to that prevention. A bunch of my ones that I'm not selling currently, like out here, go to that prevention. There's ones that go to, and I'm talking about 100% of the profits. I'm talking about if I sell one for $100 and it's marked to go to those profits, that entire painting goes to those profits. Entirely. I don't keep any of it. There's ones that I keep, like Abstract Textures is mine, that doesn't go anywhere. But like, oh shit, I sold it. But there was one that was, I can only very much describe it. It was very in context to, doing that SUICIDE, and was like maybe $150 and I donated it to AAPSD, I think is the thing. American Alliance Prevention something. I have it in my Google Notes so I can send it to the actual charities. There are some that I don't keep any of the profits. And I wish I could shout that from like the top of the shelves, you know, like, or the top of the rooftops to be like, hey, there's finally an artist that doesn't keep some of his profits, like, but I don't know, I wish people, there's a lot going on in the world, and I wish people paid attention to those issues more. And there's a part of me that, like, yeah, I could say, hey, this is donated, and not actually do it, but there would be something inside me that would feel weird because I was nearly there. I mean, there's a social event that I have planned that I talk a little bit more about me, and I'll probably talk about it more in the Discord, just because I can't talk about it here. But I have struggled with that, that string and scissors of life, you know, that's just cut it kind of thing. You know, the action clip, you know, I can't stress that enough. I can't give more analogies than that. Pulling the plug, you know, like, stopping the game. Good game, everybody. I have done that more times. Let's see. 8 times before the age of 12. And then more than that afterwards. It's been a struggle. And I'm not trying to, you know, say, I have done more. Like, no, I'm just trying to tell you guys what I have been through, in the best way that I know, and I don't communicate well. I just don't. There's a lot of problems up here, in here, and I just don't communicate well to people. And so that brings me back to why I started lives, is why I wanted to be able to kind of communicate a little bit better, and doing that to a camera seemed easier than talking to like a bunch of fucking people. Like, you know, there's that guy going around, that rejection therapy guy. He goes around and just asks people if he can do shit. And it's pretty remarkable, people that let him do things, I will admit. I think he's EU, I think he's European, so I don't think that I'll see him where I'm at. But if I ever saw him, I would let him 100% paint in my studio. I want to have people, whether subscribers or, you know, Discord subscribers or whoever it is, people I meet, to come in and paint, because I think that it helps. I started riding motorcycles, and I started with riding motorcycles, and I understand that motorcycles is maybe not everybody's cup of tea. But motorcycles gave me the ability to let the stress off and be able to paint. And that's why there's such a big part of MVA. My brother always jokes that MVA stands for Motorcycles, Videos, and Art. I mean, he's not wrong about that, but he's also kind of wrong. It's not, but that's funny that he says that. I would want to keep them together but apart. Like I wouldn't put me working on my motorcycle on MVA. I would put that on Total Ghoul. But if I were to, I don't know, do a live stream and feel like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go for a quick ride while I think about how to do this painting. Then yeah, I would probably either take Frankenstein out or, you know, the other one, Spectral. And I have a thing with ghosts. If you haven't gathered, but so that's Frankenstein for obvious reasons. And I built that one from scratch. This is a frame from like a 90s chopper pedal bike. And then I built the jack shaft. And then it's like I don't know the model name. I know the name, but I don't know the model name. It's a Z150 Honda Monkey, I think, is what the gas tank is. And then, let me move these lights a little bit. You know, like, I'm happy to nerd out about all of this stuff, 100%. That's why I don't want to keep motorcycles out of MVA. I want them to be a part of it. But at the same time, I don't want this to just be a sole motorcycle channel, if that makes any sense. Because I paint. That's what I do. I paint. But motorcycles gives me the ability to paint. Like I said, I deal with a lot up here. And so, when things get very stressful or strenuous or whatever it is, I tend to just go for a bike ride. And I say bike because bike, not bike. It gives me the ability to put everything down. Everything you see, every painting you see here on my website, on Shorts, on TikTok, wherever you see it, every single painting I have made is because of those bikes. I wasn't painting. I would draw a little bit, but I wasn't painting. I stopped doing artwork shortly after high school. My high school years were not great. It wasn't like bullying or anything. It's just family life and stuff. And then those years from like 18 to 28 are even more fucked up. And then from like 28 to now, it's kind of mellowed out. Because I distanced myself from everything. I am a hermit as fuck. I'm very to myself. I don't talk to the people, including some of the family that are an issue. And it's not what you would normally hear of. It's not social, it's not political, it's not religious, it's not orientation. It's they don't believe in mental health issues. They think that mental health is I don't know, fucking acting, as if I've been putting up some type of facade this entire time, which is really weird. 'Cause like, that's a long time, man. I jumped out of a moving car when I was 9 years old when we lived in Germany. I jumped off on the highway. When we were getting on the highway, you know those curves, you know, those on-ramps. Jumped off on one of those. Jumped out of the, second story window when I was like 8, 9. And that's why I paint. I want to be able to give people an area, and that's another reason why I made the Discord, is I want YouTube has issues with me talking about this. I doubt this will get any views between the stuff that I got on while being live. YouTube doesn't like me to talk about this stuff. So, one, I'm trying to find a different one, Twitch being it, and Odyssey being the secondary. And Discord, so that I can do more of a community talking session without it being very censored. Because there's certain things that I can't talk about here. I mean, I'm pushing it with what I'm talking about right now. So, but yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. It's nice to have people tune in and listen in and hang out and chat. I blare music most of the time when I'm not filming, and late at night it tends to piss off people. So, excuse me, Lordy. It's nice to be able to have a camera on and just kind of, level with people, or have people realize, like, oh, real art, there's people that, like, I'm not saying that the art that you see, always glad to be here. Always glad to be here. Thanks, Missy. I appreciate that. I want people to see me paint and talk about mental health and many of other things, because of the whole AI bullshit. I don't want people to stop doing art just because AI does it. Fight this shit, guys. I paint, and I'm like, look, if AI turns into Terminators, I will be a cave painter. I will 100% just run from cave to cave, caveman status, charcoal paint on a bunch of caves, and then just like dip and run to another cave. That's my job, I guess. But I don't want people to stop painting and expressing themselves in whatever it is, woodwork, fucking clay, marble, granite. There's thousands of ways to express yourself, and yeah, AI does that, but it doesn't do it well. And there's nothing like the human experience to be able to express something that only humans can understand. A robot wouldn't understand unplugging itself just because its programming is faulty. Would do something in order to fix that programming. And humans do that. But we're not a computer, you can't just you can't just, take a cord, plug it in and then plug it into the computer, type of thing, and be able to fix depression. And I think as much as that would be nice, I don't think that people would learn as much as they do from that experience. And yes, there are certain times where that'd be great. There's a couple of people that have done therapies to fix that entirely. Because it's bad, it gets really, really bad. But for me, personally, I kind of like the struggle. Like I said before, I went through a lot. And there were times where I woke up in hospitals because I have tried to do that. But I think that the struggle made, as weird as it sounds, the struggle made what you watch today. Whether it be the motorcycle videos, or me painting, or me, painting that one, or it's not in here, but the arm reach one. There's ones that come from very dark places, and I think that if I wouldn't have gone through that, then I wouldn't have been able to paint those very dark pieces that reach people in the way that they do. If all of my paintings were bright and colorful and came from good places, I don't think that I would be an artist. I don't think that I would be an artist. If I didn't go through any struggle, I don't think that I would sit here and paint the good. Because for me, I paint a lot of the bad stuff to get it out of my head. Whether it be a memory or something somebody said, I just kind of like this one. I'm not gonna get into it because it's not YouTube friendly. but someone told me, very close to me, they told me that they would rather have me not alive in a time where I was already thinking of being that. And it sat in my head for such a long time to where I think it kind of molded how I reacted to those people. And I don't really talk to them no more. One of them has gotten better, but the other is just kind of the same way. And although I have healed, I don't think that they will ever heal from being bad people. So I guess this is more or less like a hospital for me. Yeah, I think so. Because there's good, there's bad, but like I can walk in here and I can look at a painting and I can be like, oh yeah, I remember how I felt. Or like, oh yeah, I remember the memory that triggered that. But I don't feel it anymore, as if once it's on canvas, it's out. It's out completely. It's still there. I remember it happening, but the emotional, the memory of it hurting, the emotional attachment to that, it's on the canvas. And when people buy, the wild thing for me is when people buy artwork that comes from that place and they look at it and they're like, wow, this reminds me of insert happy memory. It's just, that's why like no matter what I'll paint. Because if I have good or bad or whatever and I paint it, I know that someone is going to see it and be like, wow, that reminds me of, you know, that one time, or I remember when this, or that makes me feel this way. And that's something that AI can't do. Like at all. You ask an AI to feel happy and they can run numbers, they can run code, but they can't feel that. They don't feel. So I think that you should paint, you should draw, you should sit there and express yourself in a way that, so what if AI is covering it? Because AI can't do that emotion. They can't sit here and say, I painted this to symbolize how I felt when I did this. You know, like I felt like deleting. And so I painted this so that I can get that out of my system and maybe someone sees that as like, wow, that's really beautiful. And I think that it's really remarkable when people see beautiful things that came out of pain and that heals the person that made that. I think that's remarkable, and I don't think that AI is going to ever be able to do that. Even if they wanted to, you can't numbers code that. You can't numbers code that. So, but yeah, that's kind of just my rant for the night. But I think I'm done. I'm tired and I'm hungry and I want to go make food. So I will see you all later, and take care, and I will see you guys for the next stream. Pay attention to the Discord. There's a poll in the polls area. Ask Eris, or polls. Yeah, it's in polls. Of what time works best for y'all. You guys, which, like, you know, it goes from like 8, 9, 10, 10 plus. I just kind of get burnt out after like 2.5, 3 hours of just sitting here and hanging out. And I also get hungry. I have a really fast metabolism. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Remember to pay attention to links below, like the Dubby, excuse me, and the events and the Discord. Take care, guys. Have a good night.